Martin, Earnhardt, and Wallace battling it out for second. Martin gets a little out of shape but keeps his cool and holds the high ground. The win goes to Ernie Irvan, who led a record-setting 328 of 334 laps. Martin follows in second with Earnhardt third. The Robert Yates Racing Team has set up another perfect car. In victory lane, Irvan celebrates his third win of the year with his baby daughter, Jordan. It's the AC Delco 500 at Rockingham, and Harry Gant is on the move. His tactic of racing his car up high on the groove works as he passes Jimmy Spencer to take the lead. Spencer was having a great run on this fall afternoon when disaster strikes during a scheduled pit stop. Rounded lug nuts make it nearly impossible for the crew to take off his left rear tire. Eventually, the tire is changed, but Spencer is now 3 laps down to the leader, Gant. Later, the yellow caution flag comes out when Jimmy Horton spins out in turn 3. The leaders come out of pit road to load up on tires and fuel. Rusty Wallace, who quietly has moved up to second place, beats Gant and company out of the pits to take the lead. Later, Dale Earnhardt, running in second, tries to close in on Wallace, but doesn't have enough laps left to do it as Rusty captures his 9th win of the year. The victory moves Wallace and the Penske team to within 72 points of Earnhardt in the driver point standings. 9 victories. That's quite an accomplishment for any driver. But for Rusty Wallace in 1993, it hasn't been enough to catch the elusive Dale Earnhardt.
Yeah, when you win 9 races, you're not supposed to be unhappy. And I'm not unhappy. But on the other hand, when you do that much, you hope that you've done enough that you can be up there for the championship. And so we've got to give it our best, and we've done it that. We've come too far to give up now.
Under overcast skies on Halloween Day, the Slick 5500 starts out as a treat for Rusty Wallace. His Pontiac has moved up to the top 5 and appears to be closing in on frontrunners Mark Martin and Ernie Irvan when something goes wrong. A flat tire forces Rusty to bring his Pontiac in for an unscheduled stop. But the car has bigger problems. The sway bar, which stabilizes the front end of the automobile, is broken. Though tremendous effort is given to solving the problem, Wallace is forced to drive an ill-handling race car for the remainder of the afternoon. In the race's final laps, the 2 Fords of Mark Martin and Ernie Irvan race side by side. Suddenly, Irvan's car gets loose. Somehow he saves it, but loses ground to Martin, who cruises the rest of the way to his first win at Phoenix and his 5th win of the year. Dale Earnhardt's 4th place finish in the race all but assures him of the 1993 NASCAR Winston Cup title. Rusty Wallace's 29th place finish puts him 126 points behind Earnhardt with 1 race to go. Martin stays ahead of Dale Jarrett in their battle for 3rd place title money. And so it has come down to one final race at the Atlanta Motor Speedway to decide the championship. The weekend starts out with a scare for Earnhardt fans as Dale loses control of his Chevrolet during Friday's practice session. Earnhardt just shrugged off the incident and later came back to qualify his backup car in 19th spot on the starting grid. Ironically, he'll start the Hooters 500 right next to Rusty Wallace, who qualified his Pontiac in 20th. As the green flag drops, pole sitter Harry Gant gets a great jump on the 42-car field and leads the first 22 of 328 laps. The Atlanta track, which has been described as being rather slick all weekend, eventually takes its toll. Several drivers lose control of their machines and end up sliding into the wall, with cars dropping out of the event early due to accidents or mechanical problems. The point championship is decided sooner than expected. Dale Earnhardt needed to finish 34th or better to clinch the title. So when T.W. Taylor's car became the 8th retiree of the afternoon, Earnhardt's 6th championship was secured. With the championship in hand, Dale went after the victory. On lap 225, Earnhardt gets a little too high in the groove. Out in turn 3, he'll make contact with Greg Sachs. Only a fine piece of driving by Sachs saves his race car from disaster. But damage to Earnhardt's car affects its aerodynamics, and slowly, Dale's Chevrolet drops back out of contention. Although mathematically eliminated from winning the championship, Rusty Wallace is driven to finish the final race in first place. His Pontiac would find its way to the front several times to lead a total of 189 laps. Late in the race, Darrell Waltrip, gambling on fuel mileage, has the lead. But with 4 laps to go, Wallace shoots past Waltrip to take the lead for good and cruises to its 10th win of the year. As Earnhardt crosses the start-finish stripe in 10th, the celebration begins for he and the Richard Childress Racing Team. On the cool-down lap, Earnhardt, the champion, and Wallace, the race winner, drive side by side backwards around the Atlanta Motor Speedway, holding flags representing Alan Kulwicki and Davey Allison, who died earlier in the year. A fitting tribute by the two drivers who had competed so hard together all season long.
It was a really great victory. I'm really proud of the whole team for what they've done. It was a neat victory, and we're remembering Alan and Davey and everybody, and I'd like to congratulate Dale on a job well done. It's just a really neat deal, but hey, we got it, 10 wins. That's nothing to be ashamed of, and what a car flew today. It really ran great.
Got to thank this crew. The good Lord looked after us all year, and the crew did a great job. I just can't say enough about them. We got to going for it after we had it locked up, and I got in trouble and got loose and got into sacks and knocked the side on the car. It really hurt the aerodynamics, but we had a shot, I think, at running with them. Being one of the contenders. But that's racing, and we'll take that championship.
Taking the championship, winning races, being a factor in every race this season, that is what propelled Dale Earnhardt to racing's biggest prize. He may not have won a bundle of races, but somehow, in a way that only Dale Earnhardt knows, he outlasted them all. With darkness falling on the Atlanta Motor Speedway, Earnhardt and crew rejoice a championship season that they won't soon forget. Well, Rusty Wallace's win and Dale Earnhardt's championship here in Atlanta put the finishing touches on a most exciting 1993 racing season. But as exciting as it was in the Nascar Winston Cup Series, so too the excitement level for NASCAR's other Touring Series. And I thought we'd take a moment right here to honor some of those Touring Series champions. The Busch Grand National Series, often the proving ground for tomorrow's Winston Cup stars, had a terrific points battle. Steve Grissom, a native of Gadsden, Alabama, held off David Green to earn his first championship. Up in the Northeast, the Busch Grand National North Series champion was Dick McCabe, the Irish Angel from Kennebunkport, Maine. And NASCAR's modified division, run mostly in the New England states, crowned Rick Fuller as their champion. Well, win or lose, our congratulations go to all of the drivers who campaigned under the NASCAR banner in 1993. And, of course, a special congratulations to Dale Earnhardt, winning his 6th NASCAR Winston Cup Series championship, one now behind the legendary mark of 7 set by Richard Petty. Will Dale Earnhardt pick up number 7? Well, we'll have to wait and find out together next year. Until then, I'm Eli Gold. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you at the races.